Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. Hold on, let me flip on the light in my office real quick. It's a pretty overcast day, so the lighting kind of sucks. And my new camera holder should be here today. I ordered two, but this thing is the broken one, and it's slowly, gravity is pulling it closer and closer to the page. Anyway, so what I thought I would do today is, this is part of that kind of render like Wrightson video thing, and so this is a curtain with a few different sort of cross hatches in it, and this is a window, and you're looking from the inside out. There's raindrops on it, and then the suggestion of maybe like another part of the house that's outside, like this window faces another window that's outside, like on a different, maybe a different room that you're seeing through the window. These videos are going to start to be shorter. I'm not going to do 20 to 30 minute inking demos on YouTube right now. I'm too short on time. I've got two books that the deadlines are going to start to really crush me over the next probably 6 to 8 weeks. So yeah, the YouTube videos are going to start to get a bit shorter here for a little bit. But once Comic-Con is over, middle of July, I'll be able to come back and do like longer videos. But anyway, so again, the temptation with this stuff is always want to go in and do solid lines, because it's such a comic book trait. But if I go in and just start outlining everything, it's really kind of not how he does it. So anyway, I may have drawn this bigger than what the original piece is. This is just the gist of what was in it. So anyway, I'm going to do this up here. I'm using an Esterbrook 355, and then kind of this is a bigger pen holder. Esterbrooks are nice nibs. The problem is they don't really work that good on DC paper. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, it's tearing the paper, of course, but so yeah, this is, we probably won't get much done today, honestly. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do, so I can't rush through all these videos, unfortunately. You know, to do really fast renditions of this stuff is just really not going to work. But anyway, so these lines are actually slightly tapered, meaning I'm starting a little thicker down here, and then I'm pressing down lighter as I move up. So essentially this is a chunk of fabric. And what he kind of does is he gets sort of like again, thicker to thinner. It's almost like they call it tiling. I don't know if he calls it tiling or that's what I call it, I'll say. But it's like this isn't really two different pieces of fabric. I mean, well, it all is. I mean, like this is a chunk of fabric, this is a chunk of fabric, this is a chunk of fabric. What ultimately ends up happening is like the Triscuit patterns that I talk about in the other videos. It's the same idea. It's just you're setting down sets of lines. I'm gonna start up here and work my way through this. And as long as the values match up, meaning the darkness of it, it will look appealing. And it can kind of still read as one thing, because it will still all blend. Yeah, the whole time that I'm throwing down lines, this nib is actually ripping up the paper. If you look at the tip of the pen, you see the paper on the end of it. Make sure I'm in frame with the camera. Sorry, like I said, the camera is, like right now, it's about 2 inches above the paper. So it's really, really difficult for me to even fit the nib underneath this. It's like right up on it, which isn't bad. If I could control it, my thing is that it's just going to keep getting lower and lower. But anyway, so these are the first sets of lines. Okay. And without the ripping of the paper, that actually looks pretty good. It's getting the desired effect that I want so far. And let me just do these. Again, thick to thin. I mean, it's subtle, but when I start the lines, I'm actually trying to make this stuff a little bit beefier down here. So I gotta clean up the nib and then grab a little more ink real fast. And I sketched this thing out in seconds. I mean, it's not an exaggeration to say that this, the thing that I'm working on took just a few seconds. Wrightson's underdrawings are far more thought out. That paper is just busting. I'll show you what the paper is doing in a second so you can see. These are thin lines. But if you look closely, let me autofocus here for a second. That is getting kind of a nice Wrightson sort of feel to it. And we haven't even put the hatch through it yet. But I actually think that looks appealing. So we're at 6 minutes and 3 minutes. I'll go till 10 minutes. I'll try to throw. I'm cleaning my nib really fast. I'm actually going to rotate the thing because this is a more comfortable angle for me to actually do these longer lines. So now it's kind of the opposite thought processes because I'm starting up here. I'm actually going thin to thicker. So now I'm starting to bear down heavier as I go up here. It's subtle, you know. I mean, it's like but it won't really be even that noticeable because there's going to be a second set of lines that goes through all this. But anyway, you'll get the gist. But I hope this shows too, like how painstaking the style of art is, because it's one of those things where when you see it like in a book and stuff like that, you know, you go, oh yeah, it's like detailed, but it really can take a long time to do stuff. Okay, so let's look at this from this way. That looks Wrightson-y right there. You know, it honestly does. It looks good. It doesn't look great, but I mean, you get it. You're seeing it. You're seeing that old school look. Old with a O-L-D-E, meaning super old. And then I'll do this right here. This is nearly black, so let's start up here. But the edge of the curtain was almost a jet black. There was almost no like line work in it, but what I'll do is I'm gonna take it to like about a 90% black. So I'll actually let a little light come through because I think mine is actually a bit thicker than his. So I want to show you too the tip of the nib. Oh, sorry, I'm out of frame. See that? That's paper. That's why I always say, you know, people will go like, you need to use this or you need to use this. I'm telling you, it's a combo platter. You need it all. Oh, that's why I moved it out of the frame, is because the camera is dropping so low. But yeah, I mean, you need everything working together. I'm actually going to get some of the Crescent illustration board and see how that stuff does. Sorry, I'm having to look past, like, I can't even explain. Like, the first half of the line, when I throw it down, I can see it underneath the camera. And then right about here, I have to actually, I can't even freaking see. I'm crouching down right now, like if I was looking under a car, to actually see the line. Okay, so Again, that's just the first set of lines. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cross-hatch through this stuff and take the value a lot darker. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create little circles almost. That not that dotted thing, but you'll see what I mean. Let me I'm going to pause this for a second and adjust the camera. Okay. I'm laughing because if you would have seen what I just went through to get this stupid phone holder thing like higher up and bent like to an angle where I could actually like see what the heck I'm doing, it was pretty funny actually. Okay, so I'm going to start doing some of these, the crosshatch, and hopefully this paper doesn't completely melt. God, it's so bad. It's so bad. I assure you that this isn't what Wrightson was dealing with when he did these pieces. This is garbage. I mean, like, I have a huge chunk of paper on the end of this, so it's making the line that thick because of it, but it's working for me. I mean, it's getting kind of the fade that I'm sort of going for anyway, so it's all right. But you see that? Because there's so much paper on it, look how thick that line is. Okay, so, but it gives you that little bit of a rendery thing. Let me autofocus again. Okay, I'm going to clean off my nib here real fast. Okay, now we're going to go through this next set of lines. I'm going to make them at this angle. So slightly different angle than the first set that I put through. But the goal is to try to match to some degree the value, meaning the level of darkness that these coexist with each other. And then this, go for this angle. You know, oh, not work. But yeah, you just render the hell out of things. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, is just lots and lots of... It's like, what's your level of patience, yo? The reality with doing this in work is it's either going to be for you or not. I mean, you can always obviously kind of sand the edge is darker. So like the curtain itself is getting like a little bit of light through it, and then it goes up into the shadow of sort of the room. But then this, because it's, you know how there's the pleat or the seam where like they double wrap the like fabric, so it gets a little darker on the edge. But anyway, so we're going to end it right there for today. 14 minutes. I went longer than I wanted to, but you get the basic idea of a rendery sort of effect that you can use on, this could be on pants, clothes, jackets. I mean, you could even use it on muscle. It just really depends. But anyway, this example was curtains. And again, we're going to have a rainy window with the window seams and all that. So stay tuned. And please smash the like. Check out my Patreon if you could. And like I said, shorter videos for the next couple of months. Don't bum out. But I don't have a choice. Got to do my work. All right. Enjoy and practice this. Bye.